Early one morning, the sun was shining. I was laying in bed, wondering if she had changed at all, if her hair was still red. The folks, they said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. I never did like Mama's homemade dresses. Papa's bankbook wasn't big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, the rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues getting through. I tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could and abandoned it out west. Split up on the dark side night, both agreeing that it was best. She turned around to look at me as I was walking away. Heard her saying over her shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue. Tangled up in blue. And I took a job in the great North Woods, working as a cook for a spell. Never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I happened to be employed, working on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. All the while I was alone, the past was close behind. I've seen a lot of women, she never escaped my mind, and I just grew tangled up in blue. She was working in the topless place, and I stopped in for a beer. Kept looking at the side of her face in the spotlight so clear. And later on, as the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there at the back of my chair and said, "Don't I know your name?" Muttered something underneath of my breath, and she studied the lines of my face. Must admit I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoes. Tangled up in blue. And she let it burn her on the stove and handed me a pipe. Thought you'd never say hello, she said you look like a silent type. And then she opened up a book of poems, handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. And every one of them words rang true and glowed like a burning coal, pouring off of every page like it was written in my soul. From me to you, tangled up in blue. I lived with them on Montague Street in a basement downstairs. There's music in the cafes at night, and revolution was in the air. And then he started into dealing slaves, something inside of him died. She had to sell everything she owned, and she froze up inside. When finally the bottom fell out, well, I became withdrawn. Only thing that I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on, like a bird that flew, tangled up in blue. Ha. So now I'm going back again, gotta get to her somehow. All the people that we used to know, they're illusions to me now. Some are mathematicians, and some are carpenters' wives. Don't know how it all got started, don't know what they're doing with their lives. Me, I'm out on the road, and I'm heading for another joint. We always did feel the same, we just saw it from a different point of view.